Hello and welcome to Daily Current Affairs by Ekam IAS. Today is 29th September 2019 and the topic we are going to discuss is Industry 4.0, then Quantum Supremacy, 10-year Rural Sanitation Strategy, TB Harega Desh Jeetega Campaign, Cardiovascular Diseases, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Then we have small news under current affairs capsule, and then we have map-aided program and the previous year question revision series as usual. The first topic is Industry 4.0. So this is in news because a pilot project has been introduced or implemented in the modern coach factory at Rai Bareli as a part of Industry 4.0. So this is basically known as the fourth industrial revolution. So this will actually have automation, interconnectivity and data exchange, especially in manufacturing technologies, so that we can increase productivity, thereby increase the economic growth in the country. So it will be actually providing a real-time decision-making process. It will minimize the human errors and it will also make sure that all the resources involved in the industry or the manufacturing industries is best utilized. Okay, so that is called as the overall equipment effectiveness, OEE. So this is ensured in Industry 4.0 and it is also a cyber physical system. It will have many wings or many sectors under this. One thing is digital technology, then we have Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, big data and analytics, then machine learning and cloud computing. These are the different parts of Industry 4.0 or the things that aids Industry 4.0. So let's see the history of Industrial Revolution. The first Industrial Revolution or Industry 1.0, it was a transition from the handmade products to machine-made products. The machines were mainly driven by the use of steam power and water power. Then came the Industry 2.0 or the second industrial revolution. It is also known as technological revolution and it was from 1870s to 1914. And then comes the third revolution, that is Industry 3.0. This was in the later 20th century after the Second World War as a result of the slowdown in the industrialization and technological advancement. So this particular revolution or the third industrial revolution is called as a digital revolution. Okay. The next topic is quantum supremacy. Quantum supremacy is in news because recently a report has came that Google claimed that they have achieved quantum supremacy. So many tech websites have shown this story. So what is quantum supremacy? Basically, it is a problem solving skill or a computer based problem solving skill that cannot be expected out of a classical computer in a normal time. Okay, so it's an advanced method. It does not look like desktops or laptop. It is that we usually see. So they resemble the air conditioned server rooms of many offices and it will be like a central processing unit from desktop. So what is the difference in technology means? Conventional computer, they process information in bits, that is in ones and zeros, following the classical physics. They will only take the command in ones and zeros at a time. So quantum computer, they take information or they take the data in forms of qubits. Okay, qubits is a short form of quantum bits. So how is it helpful means it will be really helpful in using the information by we can actually process a huge amount of data quickly than the conventional computers. Okay, so a real world problem can be quickly solved with quantum computers and a faster adoption or the faster problem solving skill is seen in this particular computing. So does India have quantum computing? So there are, as far as now, there is no quantum computers in India, but in 2018, the Department of Science and Technology, they implemented a program called as Quantum Enabled Science and Technology Quest. So they will be investing around 80 crores to accelerate the research on quantum computing. So this will be done in next 3 years. Okay. The next topic is 10-year Rural Sanitation Strategy. So this is by Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation under Ministry of Water. So they launched this, the time period is 2019 to 2029. They basically focuses on the sanitation behavior, changing the sanitation behavior under Swachh Bharat Gramin scheme, and so that nobody is left behind in this scheme. So this will also concentrate more on solid and liquid waste management also. Okay, so the strategy, it was made by the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation. So it also involved other ministries, other state governments, and also the stakeholders. So they will guide the local government, the policy makers, the NGO, whoever is a stakeholder to sanitation scheme or the sanitation drive. They'll take all the people together, they'll give a framework to all these people for promoting or for achieving the sustainable goal of of a clean India. So we will push for everyone to use a toilet. Every village will properly dispose solid and liquid waste properly. Okay, so the strategy, it is basically focusing on the states to continue to achieve this goal. So what they do is, they'll increase the capacity building, then they'll increase the information, education and communication among the people. They will use the information technology in order to give the information to people. It will include organic waste management, plastic waste management separately, then grey water management, black water management. Then the strategy, it will also speak about potential collaboration with different partners or the stakeholders. They are like civil societies, NGOs, intergovernmental partnerships, private people, everybody together. And it will also promote better innovation in sanitation financing as well. Okay. The next topic is TB Harega Desh Jeetega campaign. So this is under Ministry for Health and Family Welfare. So it is a campaign about awareness of TB. So it will improve and expand the reach of TB care services across the country. The targeted year is 2022. So according to this, TB in eliminating TB or in tackling TB, Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat are the best performers, and among the with the large population states, Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat are the best performers, and in the medium population states, Tripura and Sikkim are the best performers, and in the very small population places like mainly the union territories, Puducherry and Daman and Diu are the best performers. Okay, so what are the policy initiatives by government in order to tackle TB? So there is an increase in the campaign, actually the number of cases in TB, because in 2017 it was 18 lakh people. Now in 2018 it is 21.5. So in 1 year around 17% of increase in the number of TB cases are there. So the government of India has partnered with Global Fund to launch JEET, Joint Effort for Elimination of TB. So this is a private sector engagement. So they will be implemented in 45 cities around the country. In 2018, the government also launched this Nikshay Poshan Yojana. Nikshay Poshan Yojana is basically direct benefit transfer scheme for nutritional support to the TB patients. So under this particular scheme, TB patients will receive an amount of 500 per month for the entire duration of their treatment. So this was a government initiative in 2018. Okay. So the next topic is cardiovascular diseases, CVDs. So this is in news because around 17.9 million people are losing their life every year because of cardiovascular disease. This is like 31% of the whole global death in the world. So what is CVD or cardiovascular disease? It is basically a disease by the disorders of heart and blood vessels. So they are actually the biggest reason for the deaths in the world right now. So it can be a coronary heart disease, that is basically heart attacks, then cerebrovascular disease, that is stroke, then raised blood pressure, that is hypertension, peripheral artery disease, then we have rheumatic heart disease, then congenital heart disease and heart failure also. So the major cause are the tobacco use, physical inactivity or unhealthy diet, okay, or even increased consumption of alcohol. It's basically a lifestyle disease. So what is WHO initiative in this? They have an initiative called as a Global Action Plan for Prevention and Control of NCDs 2013-2020. So this will aim to reduce the number of premature deaths from NCDs by 25% by 2025. So they will have a voluntary global target. So there are 9 targets. So if you abide to it, you will actually can control the CVDs to a particular limit. So there is another thing called as Global Hearts Initiative, that is to support the government in strengthening the prevention and control of CVDs. So this is by WHO and United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention, that is USCDC. They both together launched this Global Hearts Initiative. So this will beat back the global threat of CVDs. They will mainly concentrate on heart attacks and strokes. So that is the main two thing which is leading to the majority of death in the world. So they will be concentrating on that. And it has 3 technical packages under the Global Hearts Initiative. One is M-Power. M-Power is basically the tobacco related to tobacco. So package for tobacco control will be according to the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. Then we have Shake. Shake is for salt reduction. Because of hypertension, salt is a very big problem. Then there is Hearts. Hearts is that's a package aimed at strengthening the CVDs in primary healthcare. Okay, so these are the 3 technical wings or packages under the Global Hearts Initiative. The next topic is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDA. So they have issued norms for travel policies that is being sold via portals. So that is why this is in news. It is a statutory body. Statutory body means there will be an act which empower it. So that is the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act of 1999. So they deal with overall supervision and development of insurance sector in the country. And it is formed on the basis of, on the recommendation of Malhotra Committee, and the headquarters is in Hyderabad. So they will, the main objective of IRDAI is the promotion of competition in order to attain customer satisfaction through increased consumer choice and fair premiums. Okay, and they'll also ensure the financial security of the insurance market. Okay, and what are all the functions of IRDA? One thing, they'll protect the rights of insurance policy holders. They'll provide registration certifications to the life insurance companies. Then they'll also deal with the registration certificates if you want to update it, modify it, or you want to cancel it. All the updation thing with the registration certificate will be handled by them. And they will promote and regulate professional organization which is connected with insurance and insurance sector. Okay, and they'll also act like a court for adjudication of disputes between the insurers and the intermediaries. Okay, that is also their function. The next topic is INS Nilgiri. This is under current affairs capsule, a very small news. So the first of Indian Navy's 7 new stealth frigates with enhanced stealth features will be inducted with weapons and sensors. So this is expected to be commissioned by 2022. That is INS Nilgiri. In map-aided program, we have Kaziranga Tiger Reserve. Kaziranga Tiger Reserve, as you know, it is in Assam, and it was declared Tiger Reserve in 2006. It has now, as of now, even to Orang is having the highest tiger reserve, tiger density. Earlier it was Kaziranga, and it is very famous for elephants, wild water buffaloes and swamp deers. It is actually a corridor. It's a part of a corridor for tiger movement as well as for elephant movement, and it is also an important bird area because of it has a wetlands and it has a river Brahmaputra. So it has many wet areas around it. So it's an important bird area, and it is been notified by BirdLife International for conservation of birds there. And it is actually a very successful wildlife sanctuary or a successful national park, because to an extent all the projects implemented there are a success compared to other national parks. And it is also a part of the Eastern Himalayan biodiversity hotspot. You can see a huge diversity in the region. I have a map attached to it showing Kaziranga, but this is Kaziranga should be studied not like this, but rather you have to learn it from West Bengal to the Arunachal Pradesh region. You have to study the entire stretch of national parks and wildlife sanctuary. That is a corridor. So learn to study it in the order. So I have only shown Kaziranga now. So learn it in the order. Okay. Next is the previous year question revision series. I'll read out the question. Consider the following. Deification of Buddha and treading path of Bodhisattvas and image worship and ritual. So which of the following are the features of Mahayana Buddhism? So Mahayana Buddhism is distinct from Hinayana Buddhism itself for its worship of Bodhisattva. They give more importance to Bodhisattva. So the second statement can obviously be right. Right, and again the image worship and rituals are also, especially the image worship emerged because of Mahayana Buddhism. So that is also a correct statement. 2 and 3 are correct. And deification of Buddha is again, it is like seeing Buddha as a god. It is again the feature of Mahayana Buddhism. So the answer is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, why I am giving you answer here itself? Because I have told you to put the answer in the comment section. I've seen only few people doing it, others are not doing it. That is why I gave you the answer today itself. I hope you can, continue the culture of answering in the comment section, so that we can give you more questions. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much and good night.